Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, dear friends, dear viewers. In today's video, we will check seventh round of Armenian men's and women's championships. Let's go. So in men's championship, we had the following pairings. Uh, and let's start checking the games. Manuel Bedrosian had white pieces against Artur Davtyan, and game ended in a draw. And once again, we can see Arthur went for Petrov. Definitely, he prepared this line for Armenian men's tournament because previously I don't remember him playing much mm, Petrov. He was playing some Rui Lopez, Berlin. He also played this against Mamikon Gharibian and he won with the black pieces. Definitely, Manuel came well prepared. D4, D5, Bishop D3, Bishop E7, short castle Knight C6, Knight BD2, and here Knight D6, C3, Bishop F5. Something very similar Artur Davtyan had against Mamikon Gharibian. Bishop C2. Yes, here Bishop C2, Queen C2, short castle, let's say, or direct short castle, G6. And Bishop B3, Bishop E6, Rook E1, Knight F1. Better version of Berlin with Rook E1. Yes, Bishop A4 or Bishop H6, Bishop A4. Manuel went Knight G3, and here Knight G3, H takes G, Knight A5, Bishop C2, Knight C4. Of course, white is slightly better. F5, Bishop H6, and now Bishop A4. Another move was Knight D2, Queen C1 with the idea to play Bishop F4, and maybe Bishop D7, Knight E5 here. No, we had some broadcast issues. Because simply it doesn't change the timings. C5, F3, C takes D, Knight F7 or C takes D, Knight takes G3, H takes G, C5, Queen D2, Rook E6, Knight F7, King takes F7, and here D takes C, Bishop C5, King H2 would have been better. This takes Queen D6, White is better, White is even close to be much better. King H2 would have been stronger. Rook B8. And now F4. And players agreed in a draw. Of course, white was better throughout the game, even maybe much better, but never close to winning. Yes, but Arthur suffered a lot in this game, but eventually achieved uh, desired result, and especially after the opening, he achieved the draw. Yes, we are having Zaven Andresian with the white pieces against Mamikon Arabian. Both the players started quite well. Uh, they were leading, but now suddenly and unfortunately for Mamikon tournament didn't go well and doesn't go well at the moment. He lost 2 games in a row and then he drew against uh, Manuel Petrosian, and today he lost a game. Yes, instead of playing some e45, he goes this Sveshnikov, and instead of c3, Zavan plays c4 before knight c2, short castle, and g3. I think Alexander Khalifman does have very good course on Levitov chess YouTube channel. I very much recommend to all of you. It's in Russian, but of course the moves you can easily see and understand. At some point, Black is going g6, if I'm not mistaken, short castle, and maybe even here g6. Bishop g2, b3, short castle, f4, f5. White is already much better. Queen e3, queen b6, knight h4. And again, black doesn't have problems. After a4, black is even better. But Mamikon had only 1 minute something. Again a4. Oh, king h7, bishop e4, king g8. Oh, he collapsed. Out of the opening, he had problems, but then at some point already here, he solved all his problems. And I think this is quite known that in similar position, you don't pay much attention to your pawn on d6 and you just get some activity. But of course, I'm sure Mamikon would find this a4, but he simply didn't have much time. And we are having Sargisian against Benika Gasorov. There's and Sarkis won his 4th game in a row. I wish him all the best, but he impresses not only me, I guess, all the Armenian chess community and world, because uh, to have the lowest rating and to start the tournament in such a uh, bad way, but then to come back in this way, winning 4 games in a row, it's definitely something. Yes, and this trendy line. Yes, he always plays very trendy, very popular, very interesting lines with the white or with the black pieces. Yes, here knight a6 is possible. Many other moves are possible. Yes, c6, knight e2, bishop d2, f3, g4, bishop f5, h4. Knight a5 would have been the best. Bishop f8, king f2, knight f4, g5. Hmm. Yes, just knight e2, b takes, knight h5, takes. Still, position remains quite complicated. Knight f4, bishop g7, maybe threatening some bishop d4 or knight d4. For example, why not knight h5, knight d4, he takes d, bishop d4, and then rook b2 comes. Takes, rook b1, rook b6. Computer doesn't like this. But of course, what is the better side? No doubts. Something like a5, rook b8 takes, queen a4. Because your c pawn doesn't go anywhere. h5 is always under attack, and d5 is very soft. Queen b5, bishop b4, bishop takes, bishop e7 was also working. Wow, wow. I simply don't have words. I'm very much impressed by the level of prep, by the level of understanding, the way Sargis plays. Yes, I think this is quite known position. Even maybe Alreza played with the white pieces against Dominguez, but just one or few inaccuracies by Beni Kagasorov, and it was already hard to save the game. Yes, quite classy game, I would say. Knight f4, b5, g5. Yes, g takes f, b takes c, a takes b, knight b4 ideas, but just ignoring. Takes, knight f4, and not really taking on h5, and rook b1, and takes queen a4, queen b5, and bishop b4. And we do have another game. Roberto Vanessian had white pieces against Tigran Harutyunyan, and I played Tigran many times, maybe more than 10 classical games, but never e4 d6, e4 c5, or e4 e5. Tigran usually plays, and here we see d6. Yes, I think Alexander Khalifman has uh, something very good course on Levitov chess, and if I'm not mistaken, he's recommending this setup, this move order. Please check out on Levitov chess, Alexander Khalifman against opening, and really hard to say what was the strategy, Tigran's strategy for this game. Maybe he really wanted uh, to get a complicated position and try to get a game, and maybe even to slowly get his hopes and chances, or maybe he was afraid of some prep by Robert. That's why. Really hard to say. Maybe I assume he really wanted to get a game and maybe to just out prepare. Robert, because we know that Robert is preparing quite well. Queen d2, a6, bishop h6, b5, bishop d3, and knight c6. Bishop takes g7, king g7, and here I don't exactly remember what really Alexander Halifman recommends in this against this line, and maybe he's really covering this position. Yes, but computer says e5, d takes c, d takes c. Yes, d5, knight e5, knight takes e5, d takes c, a4, b4, knight d1, and here black simply doesn't have any problems. Yes, for example, c6, d takes c, queen d6. a5, just protecting the pawn on b4, knight, yes, maybe knight e3 would have been better move, queen g5 by Robert, e6, d takes c, bishop takes, queen takes, rook e8. Yes, Robert goes queen c5, and here bishop d5 or knight e4 is also working, bishop e4, bishop f5, so this, yes, if you go f3, then bishop e4, so this takes, long castle, takes, and here knight f2, knight f5, g takes f, rook e7, knight d1, king d1, rook e6, knight c4, and now Robert is much better. And here just rook c7 or rook h7. Robert plays this, knight e4, king e3, knight d6, c6, king d3, king f4. What if knight h2? Maybe some knight e5 or what? Yes, knight e5, h5, h3, king e4, king f3. So Robert was very close to win today. And now g4. Yes, h takes, king f4, e5, knight e5, some g takes h. Wow, really, g takes h, knight f2 is coming, so takes this, rook g8. And surprisingly or not, this is around equal position. Yes, and game ended in a draw. I don't think Robert really played here king e4. I would most likely play some king d2. Yes, what can we say? Robert played another good game. Maybe at some point, middle part of the game, Tigran equalized and could have play slightly more precise and even just neutralize all the potential that White's position had, but didn't find them and really got unpleasant position, maybe even close to lost. Yes, another game we are having between Hovik Karapetyan and Karen Grigoryan. Karen Grigoryan won with the black pieces after losing 2 games in a row. This tournament definitely didn't go well for Hovik Karapetyan. Yes, some strange opening. Not the best move. Bishop d3 would have been the best. And now black doesn't have any problems. It's really strange, but now after short castle, knight bc6. For example, bishop d2, bishop c3, very clever. And this is already fine. Bishop e3, knight f5 comes. So this, rook d1, knight f5. And this is already close to lost. Yes, bishop d3. Yes, completely winning position. Yes, black is completely winning. Let's see, maybe some attempt. Nothing is working. Why it took so long to convert? Yes, completely winning. Completely winning position. And always been. And maybe some small mistakes. Yes, after rook h2, maybe some hopes. Yes, it just lost. No, Hovig didn't play well from the opening. Very easily, let's say after some 10 moves, he got almost lost position and lost the game. Let's see the standings. So Robert Hovhannisyan is leading the tournament, 5 points out of 7. We do have two players, Artur Davtyan and Sargis Sargisyan, 4.5 points out of 7. We are having four players sharing fourth, seventh places with the 3.5 points. Tigran Harutyunyan, Zaven Andreasyan, Benika Gasarov, Manuel Pedrosian. We do have Karen Grigorian, 3 points. We do have Mamikon Garibian, 2.5 points. We do have Hovik Kairapetian, 1.5 points. So tomorrow we are having the following pairings. Artur Davtyan, Karen Grigorian, Tigran Harutyunyan, Hovik Kairapetian, Benik Agasarov, Robert Hovhannisyan, Mamikon Garibian, Sargis Sargisyan, Manuel Pedrosian, Zaven Andreasyan. Yeah, it's really hard to say because Artur is one of the he's in leading group and he's facing Karen Grigorian, definitely very tough opponent. Um, yes, if Karen wants to play for something for the title, no, not really for the title, but for top three places, he really needs to win tomorrow. But I think overall Artur has chances to beat Karen tomorrow. Tigran Harutyunyan is playing Hovik Karapetyan. Of course, Tigran will do his best uh, to win tomorrow. Benik Agasarov is playing Robert Hovhannisyan. Yes, very hard to say what to expect. Of course, Robert is the favorite of this game, but Benik already surprised some very high-rated players. It is very much interesting which approach Robert will take. Will he go very safe or will he try to get his chances? Yes, Sargisian against Mamikon Gharibian. Definitely, Sargis will try to get his mm, chances because he won last four games with the black with the white color. And tournament doesn't go well for Mamikon Gharibian, but of course he's always dangerous for any opponent with any color. And we do have Manuel Petrosian, Zaven Andreasyan. Yes, Manuel should try to get something, otherwise, not much rounds left. And if he really wants to fight for the uh, top places, he should win the remaining games. Okay, let's see what are we having in women's championship. Yes, we are having Mariam Khachatrian won against Navar Thairapetian. Palina Kobak drew against Susanna Arakelian, Milena Gasparian drew against Susanna Gaboyan. Anna Khachatryan won against Mariam Avetisian. Lilia Danielian drew against Melina Harutyunyan. So we will definitely check Milena Gasparian, Susanna and Gaboyan game, but I know that this result is not correct because Anna Khachatryan, unfortunately for her, she lost. Yes, and we are having wrong result. Yes, I think Milena overall she wasn't doing well in this tournament, but she managed to draw one of the leaders. Yes, here short castle is the main move. 94 is a mistake. Yes, bishop e6 would have been better. Yes, e takes d. Yes, 94 simply doesn't make any sense. Yes, this should be better for white. Of course, white is better. And much better. And what is winning? Completely winning. And now black is getting. And again, completely winning. Just bishop d5. h4. Rook e5. 95. Yeah, Susanna didn't play well and she was completely lost, completely hopeless, but eventually achieved a draw. And let's see the standings. Yes, as we can see, Susanna Gaboyan is now the sole leader of the tournament, 5.5 points out of 7. Anna Khachatyan is 7. Madame Avetisan is 4.5. And then we are having Milena Gasparian. No, I very much apologize. Yes, I was wrong. Milena Gasparian, who actually drew against. Yes, I very much apologize. She was always doing great. She actually won one game against Palina Kobak, and the rest she drew. But today also she was completely winning. Yes, completely winning position. Milena Gasparian, Navar Therapetian, 4 points out of 7. And then Palina Kobak, Lilia Danielian, 3 points out of 7. Susanna Rakelian, 2.5 points out of 7. Melina Harutyunyan, 2 points out of 7. And Mariam Khachatryan, 1.5 points out of 7. And let's see the. Yes, we are having Namar Therapetian, Melina Harutyunyan, Mariam Avetisian, Lilia Danielian, Susanna Gaboyan, Anna Khachatryan, Susanna Rakelian, Milena Gasparian, Mariam Khachatryan, Palina Kobak. Um, of course, all other games are also very important, but I think winner of tomorrow's game between Susanna Gaboyan and Anna Khachatryan will decide the winner of this uh, championship. Thank you very much, dear friends, dear viewers, for watching this video. Please uh, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like to this video, and please leave your comments. Yes, I need to know some feedback. That's all for today, and thank you very much.